It might have gotten moved. I don't know. We'll see what mine says. It'd be okay with me if we didn't have one on Monday.
I'd be delighted.
I,
Monday the 30th is clear.
I don't see anything
Our
on it.
beach thing.
I think that's a little
Madam
late.
Mayor, we are live. It is 5:04.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm just looking for that date, the beach. I have it as the 30th.
Ask the city clerk. She'll-
Madam Clerk, could we just ask you a question really quick? The,
You just did. Sorry. Go ahead. There's no meeting on Monday.
no, but when are we having the beach RFQ meeting?
So October 10th is the shortlisting. And
Oh,
no-
okay.
And then the actual presentations and picking is in November.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, you've
Yeah.
had them a while.
No, I'm sure I do. I
That sounds like something I would ask.
Have your books become like an elliptical or a
one
treadmill?
meeting at a time.
Holding like clothes and junk?
Are we ready then? Are we still live? I think she.
Yes, we're live, Madam Mayor.
Okay, great, thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the special city commission meeting, the second budget hearing, Thursday, September 26, 2024. May we have the roll call, please?
Mayor Betty Resch,
Here.
Vice Mayor Sarah Maliga,
Present.
Commissioner Christopher McVoy,
Here.
Commissioner Mimi May,
Present.
Commissioner Reynaldo Diaz.
Here.
The pledge will be led by Vice Mayor Sarah.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's crazy out there. Look at that. I'll give you a ride home. Okay. We have public hearings, Resolution 31-2024, second public hearing adopting the fiscal year 2025 final millage rate. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
And I think I just have to read again, excuse me, really quickly, the final millage is 5.945 per 1,000 assessed valuation, which is 8.22% more than the rollback rate of 5.0772 mils.
Thank you. Item B, Resolution 32-2024, second public hearing adopting the fiscal year 2025 final debt service rate.
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Do you need to, you're fine. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Number C, Resolution 33-2024, second public hearing adopting the fiscal year 2025 final city budget. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
New business. A, fiscal year 2024-25 city pay plan. And did we get the printout of that?
You want this?
Oh, I don't have it on my laptop.
Pass that down to her too, she's gonna need that.
The backup from this is on the internet. My question, when I looked at and I guess we don't have it, the list of
Spreadsheet? No.
the spreadsheet. There were three columns on the spreadsheet. It said minimum, median, and maximum. And I'm not sure, we need a little guidance from our HR department.
It's not on, Lauren.
There you go.
Now? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what you're seeing before you now is the new pay grades as proposed. We are still negotiating with PEU to find out exactly where every single position is going to be. I'm not sure what you,
That's all the old budget stuff. I think it's a separate. Yeah,
So it's not in our books. No.
no, it's not a.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Okay, so we had.
and I am
approved-
old and blind, so. Yeah, This will show you each position,
right.
and this is what came to us from our, as we discussed with our compensation consultant,
Right.
HRCC. So we'll show you the level that she proposed for each position, the beginning of the pay grade, the midpoint, and the maximum. So what we're proposing and what I put in the cover was that the positions, we're looking at every single position, every single employee in the city. And so once that employee, we bring every single employee up to that mid-range, or up to that minimum range. And then
Okay.
after that, we push them through due to time and position. So if somebody had just been promoted, they'll go up to that minimum wage, minimum range.
Just hired, you mean?
What's that?
Somebody was just hired, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Somebody just hired or somebody just promoted into a position.
They'll start at the minimum.
They would start at the minimum. Now, if somebody had been in that position 20 years, we will push them through the range up to $10,000. If anybody is at the maximum, at this point, they will get their raise, but we're proposing going forward that those people are redlined, meaning they will continue with the rate that they have.
Yeah.
They will receive the 3% raise, but it'll be a separate ad pay. So it will not go to their base compensation. Yes.
Okay,
And the reason I didn't bring every single person to show you every single raise, one, we're still going over the numbers. Two, we're still negotiating with PEU. And three, I didn't want to start with, Bob's been here 2 years and he's getting $1,000 more than me. How come that's not fair? So I would be glad to sit with you guys individually and show you everybody's proposed rate, but I didn't want to put it in a public platform for all the employees to start their internal spats.
okay. So if Bob gets hired, he starts at city manager, 149.
Okay.
That's the minimum. Bob was hired, obviously this is theoretical.
I know.
Oh, there you go.
Better, I'm so old now.
Let's say Bob was hired as city manager at 140.
Let's go to
No.
something that's a little easier. Let's go to like an accountant position.
Okay.
So,
Just pick one, I don't care.
all right, so for an accountant, so if an accountant is coming in, or, let's find a good one. Right there, we just had.
Accounting 3.
Parent accountant 3.
Count three.
Okay, so
Oh,
let's,
yeah, back, up.
right there.
There you go. About
Where?
5 up.
Right there.
Oh,
right there.
accountant 3. There
Okay.
he is.
So let's say if we're going to go in to hire a new accountant 3, their beginning rate would be 67,275.
Okay,
But if somebody has been an accountant 3 for several years, they will get pushed through their range due to the number of years in their position.
so the person that's been there
So
would,
this is making sure that somebody that gets hired today isn't coming in at the same rate that somebody's been in that position
no,
for
that I'm
years.
just trying to figure out, if somebody's been in the position, we're gonna bump them up to the minimum range?
Everyone gets bumped up to the minimum range first. If they don't make I'm sorry. I grew up in New England and my brain spins and I talk too fast. So everybody first gets their 5%. So if that brings them up to the minimum grade, if not, we will bring them up to the minimum.
Because everybody's gonna start at the minimum, even if
Everyone's
they
gonna start
worked
at
here
the
5
minimum.
years.
Yes, and then after we bring them to the minimum, we will push them through the range. So if somebody's been here 5 years, they'll get pushed through the range towards the mid. If somebody's been here 10, they'll be closer to the mid.
Okay, but it's gonna be between the minimum and the mid, it's not automatically to the mid.
No,
Okay.
it's automatically to the minimum.
Right, but after that,
And then we will push you through your years of or your years in that position. Now, that is not hire date. And I think that's where some people get confused. So if I started as a custodian
right,
and I worked my way up to be an equipment operator 3,
Right.
and I just got that position this year, even
Right.
though I've been here 20 years,
right,
I will come in at the minimum of that equipment operator 3.
right, okay.
Right.
But because you've been here long, okay.
Yes.
I'm having a little trouble with the concept.
I think it might help if, so everyone's aware, so when we did the class and comp, obviously there were positions that we found that were not making what was found to be the minimum.
Right, we
So when
talked
when
about,
she's
we talked
talking
about that in the
the
closed
minimum,
door.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that I know, that I get.
Okay, so also, we did not previously have a way, an employee did not have a way to make their way through their range. This is now providing a way for an employee to make their way through the range.
So there's a formula used for each position of how much more than the minimum they would get based on the
Yes.
years that they have.
Yes.
That was, okay.
How,
No, go.
how many years does it take to go from, sorry,
Oh, sorry.
All right, competition's on. Okay.
all right, how many years,
Come on,
like if
kids.
if Bob starts now and he starts at the minimum, how many years does it take to get to the mid?
I honestly don't know because I don't have the formula in front of me.
So it's not like a standard 20 years to the max?
No, and this will
You
be
get
evaluated.
a 20th each year?
Yeah, and keep in mind, this keeps growing too. So each year, we proposed, so this year we're proposing a 5% increase for all employees. We have the finance this year and we think that we can do it. If we're having a lean year, it may be 3%, but
Okay.
each year, those ranges come up, whatever we say. So 5%, these ranges right now include the 5%.
So if I'm Bob, can I assume that I'll get the 3% raise and I'll also increase 1/20th of the way to the max? Something
don't-
like that?
Something like that. And I will be glad to share the formula with you.
Okay.
But I will be completely honest, I was an English major and I stay away from numbers. Yannick is very relieved to hear that. So I'm glad to discuss concept and theory, but
Okay, but in general, that's
general.
kind of the idea?
Yes.
Okay, so, Sarah, I'm sorry, I did not mean to overstep.
No. Sarah?
So thank you for clarifying this,
Yeah.
because it was a little shocking when we saw this on the agenda today and we hadn't talked about it. I mean, we talked about it in the closed door, but we knew we were in union negotiations, so we really didn't know where that fell, like where we landed with that. And I like the fact that we're not adding it to the salary, because then it will just continue to compound year over year over year, and then that puts people, especially on the higher end, way out of whack. And I think we talked about this in the closed door, that in my world, our focus is to bring everybody up to that comp and class study to make sure that we're a contender. So I'm grateful to hear that you guys are working through this. I would love if you could, and for everyone's privacy, employees-wise, once that's done, to send us an email so we're all on the same page and know what's happening with that.
absolutely. We're also going to, we're meeting with PU tomorrow, so we're continuing negotiations. Then once we finish the negotiations with PU, I can bring you a whole big package. And I'll be glad to meet with you individually if you'd like to come see like everybody's individual raises. Like I said, I just didn't want to in a public forum show everybody's salary.
Sure.
I think even if you don't tell us like their names, if you say, okay, 3 lifeguards, 5 people from Public
Right,
Works,
yeah.
we don't need to know the details, but just knowing what divisions got the benefits, right? Like, who do we really impact? That's what I would like to know.
The target was the lower paid employees.
Right.
Because, you know, our employees are struggling to eat. They're working 2 to 3 jobs. So, you know, department heads, me being one, I don't need a huge raise. I need my employees to be happy and stay and know that they're comfortable and that they can feed their families.
Correct. I think I might have said this before, but one of our employees was actually my Lyft driver one time from Boca.
Yeah, we're trying, and we hear our employees, and we think next year we're gonna try and work on the benefits and see where we can go on the benefits. But this year, we decided to focus on salaries and compensation.
Just a random question. Are we completely off defined pay benefit pensions now?
Are we, I'm
Do
sorry?
we have, is there anything called defined benefit pensions anymore, or that's out the
Yes,
window?
you are on the pension board, and we have a defined.
Well, okay,
pension,
yeah,
yes.
but they're still defined. Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah, they're not that common anymore.
Right,
You'll find them more in small cities.
right, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so did I have a motion in a second? Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now, First Amendment to Employee Agreement for the Interim City Manager, Jamie Brown.
Absolutely not.
No,
Forget it. What the hell?
How much KFC do you really need to buy? Can we just talk about that?
I think you should have to buy KFC for us on Tuesday nights, because that's when the bucket deal
Not
goes.
KFC.
Yeah, he gets the budget discount.
I'd also like to clarify, this is just to make sure Jamie gets the same raise that everybody else.
Right. Sorry, we're the only people not getting a raise.
And he's-
We who sit up here get nothing.
Well, you
but-
guys are in charge of your own raises.
Yeah, we saw how that felt like a lead balloon 2 weeks
The
ago.
only people that can give you raises is you. So, but as far as Jamie.
Apparently some people up here think that, you know, we should work 5 jobs, but it's
I
okay.
think for the money, Jamie is the best bargain in town, because we got.
Especially with the
interim city manager
KFC, the
and a
buckets on
public works
Tuesdays.
director.
No KFC. Buzz chicken.
KFC's good.
Saltwater
Motion to
aquarium,
approve.
saltwater
Second.
aquarium.
Third.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. All right, good night, thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.